Hi, everybody. This is Coach Allison back with Defy Aging, and we are now in week 22. This week, we're going to do an in your own space routine. It was similar to our mobility week a couple weeks ago. So, in your own space for the whole session, we aren't going to be doing any rotating around. What it's going to look like is 6 exercises, and it's going to be a drop set in regards to the rep counts. So we are going to start at a high rep count of 15 reps of everything. So you go through all 6 exercises, do everything 15 reps. Take a rest, and when you're done, start back at the top of the list, and we're going to drop the reps to 12 reps of everything. And then we go to 10, 8, and 5. So 15, 12, 10, 8, 5. I'm going to double check that. Yes, that is correct. So we're going to set a time limit of 25 minutes, and you get as far as you get. If you don't get all the way down through the lowest rep count, the 5 rep set, that's okay. If you get all the way done with everything, you can go back up or start back at the 15, kind of leave that up to you how you want to fill up the rest of your time. But yeah, we'll take 25 minutes and get as far as you get. So team builder at the end, of course. Let's review what our 6 exercises are going to look like. All right, we are going to start with an isolation exercise for exercise 1, and it's an alternating bicep curl. I know we had some seesaw bicep curls last week. This is the other kind of alternating variety, and it's one arm at a time. Don't overthink it. One arm, then the other arm. So the rep count will be each side separately. So you would count it as 1 and 1 and 2 and 2 and so on. So that one's pretty easy to keep count of. Short, sweet bicep curls are a small movement, but they're very isolated, so they can be very, very challenging. Now, something to keep in mind, and this goes for the whole routine, not just for the curls. With the 15 reps, perhaps you start a little bit on the lighter side. Then when you get down to maybe the 10 and more likely the 8 and the 5 rep sets, maybe think about bumping your weight up because it's fewer reps. So it's a great opportunity to challenge your muscles with those heavier weights that next setup. So keep that in mind. Anyways, exercise 1 is those alternating curls. Exercise 2, Superman, oldie but a goodie. So we're on the floor on our stomachs, legs out, arms out. Keep your neck neutral. So see how I'm looking up at you right now? That's not a neutral neck. I'm kind of kinking my neck up. But neutral is kind of looking about, 6 or 8 inches ahead of you on the floor. It doesn't have to be perfectly down like this. Anyways, that being said, when we do our Superman, which is lifting the lower body and the torso off the floor as high as you are able. And this is a posterior chain exercise, so all of the muscles in our back. Now, going back to the neck, make sure as you lift, you aren't doing this. Now watch my neck and my head. You aren't kind of inadvertently using your head to look up and down. So keep that neck in the same position. All right. Now, anyone who's not doing our floor exercises, I think we will take the lower back extension machine and wheel that or pull that into the space. Or if it's close to your turf, you can just, when it's time for this exercise, you can just kind of scurry over to that machine. But your coach will, if that's a need for your session, your coach can demonstrate how to utilize that machine. It's the posterior chain back glute exercise. Very, very similar. So it's a great alternative if anyone isn't getting onto the floor. Exercise 3 is a dumbbell goblet sumo squat. So a couple different things going on here. We've done goblet style with usually a kettlebell. This is just a different tool, so it's not a huge difference there. So it will feel a little different in your hands. You hold it like this, rest the top of the bell in your palms. We're doing a wide sumo stance. We had sumo deadlifts last week. We are back to sumo squats this week. Keep the arms in close to your body. Keep that dumbbell close to your chest. There's a little bit of natural forward lean, but you shouldn't be coming down too far like this, so watch out for that. That wide stance is very important to hit those glutes and hips in the right way. So again, we'll start at the 15 count of those and drop the reps each set. Next up, we have a high plank shoulder tap. So high plank, it means the high plank has nothing to do with if you're on an incline or not. The high plank refers to being on your hands as opposed to a traditional plank, which is on your forearms. So high plank like this, it's basically think of like the top of a push-up position. You can put your feet wide. See how my feet are sort of wide? They're not right next to each other. The wider you go with your feet, once you see what this exercise is, it'll make more sense. It's going to keep the wider your feet, the more stable and balanced you're going to feel, less likely to be like tilting and wobbling. Because what we're doing is a shoulder tap. Keep your hips level So make sure we don't have any of this happening. And we tap 1, 1, 2, 2, and so on. So that wider foot placement will give you like a wider base for balance. Incline is totally fine. As many of you know, we can come up with our hands here. Still watch your hips though. We don't want to be like this. And 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, so on. It's the same thing. Oh, I hope that was in frame. Maybe it wasn't. Let's do another quick, just like that. We will, depending on how many people are utilizing incline options, I think we can have 1 or 2 designated spaces for benches. And then again, when it's that time for that exercise, you can just go up to that, as opposed to taking all of the benches in the whole gym and bringing them to your individual spot. But it depends on the size of your session and how many people are going to be utilizing the benches. Leave that up to your coaches. So anyways, that is our core station, the high plank shoulder tap. Right, exercise 5 is another floor one. We're going to do a single arm chest press. So want a quick review, the safest way to pick up the weight in this lying position. So we only need 1 dumbbell. Have the weight kind of in your lap or on your leg before you lie back. Then we lie back and the weight is kind of right there. What we want to avoid is lying down first with the weight next to us, then having to kind of awkwardly pick that weight up. That can be a lot of strain on our shoulder and bicep. So once we have that weight in the right place, which is out from your body and the elbow is dipped down just a little bit. What I mean by dip down is this is my elbow straight out to the side. I'm going to kind of dip it a little bit down towards my feet. And a single arm press. So we'll do all the reps on the one side. So for the first round, this would be 15. Slow and steady. Have your arm come all the way back to the floor between each rep. We want to avoid, kind of a little half rep. And then safely switch sides, cross it over your chest, don't drop it, of course, and we do the full rep count on the other side. Now, safety when putting the dumbbell down, quick reminder, when you're done with your reps, you want to put it down like this. That just allows the arm to gently go down to the floor. Want to avoid kind of having it go back like this. That can yank on your shoulder joint, even showing you with that relatively light weight. Didn't feel good on my shoulder, so be careful for that. And the same thing as our other floor exercises. Anyone staying off the floor, we'll have an incline bench set up, and that keeps you at about a 45-degree angle, keeps you off the floor. And if your coaches opt for this instead, they'll show you how to do it. We can do a single arm band or cable press that keeps you standing just like this, and you press the arm forward. So there's a lot of options for alternates. Your coach can decide what is best for each session. Last but not least, we have jump squats. We have to get some cardio in here, right? So we had our sumo squats earlier. Jump squats will be a standard traditional placement of the legs and hips, so traditional squat. And it's exactly what it sounds like. We're going to come up from this is a normal squat, right? We're going to come up with a jump. So it's a plyometric. Come up like that, land nice and soft, right down into that next squat. So we're not kind of stopping between each rep. Don't do that. Now, if the impact is an issue for anybody, take the jump out, and we're going to exchange that for speed. So instead, we're going to go like this and add some speed. So we want something that gets the heart rate up, that adds that challenge of the speed. So speed if the impact is an issue, jump squats if not, and we'll start with that 15 rep count. Drop it each round. All right, our team builder / finisher. We've done this before. We're going to do a red light, green light, and your coach will be calling out the red light, green light. And we're going to do it with a tandem walk. So tandem walk is that heel to toe, like so. Make sure your heel actually does come and physically touch the toes. We want to avoid leaving space between, like that. So everyone will line up on the turf. You might go the width way of the turf, or you might go the length, depending on how many people are in your session and how much space you need. But anyways, when you hear green light, you go, you start, you walk your heel toe. And when your coach says red light, you stop. So that might be with your foot up, and then you're going to have to try to balance. It might be with your feet down, still a lot of balance. It might be when you're about to take your step. So try to react as quickly as possible, and don't continue. If your foot is up, try not to come down when you hear that red light. Try to really react as quickly as possible. So that's part of the purpose of this kind of game, is that reaction time, and then a lot of balance, coordination as well. So we'll time it for maybe 60 seconds, maybe 90, whatever you have time for. get to the end of the turf, turn around, just keep going both directions. Red light, green light with some balance with that tandem walk. Alrighty, that wraps up week 22. I hope you enjoy these movements and feel like you got a good workout. We'll see you back next week.